Crafty Cataloger here. Thought I would do something a little different today. I've never done one of these before, but I thought I would do the Christine tag. She put this out on video number 125 and it sounded kind of fun, so I thought I would give it a shot. What's going on here, but whatever. Have you ever called into a radio station and why? Yes, I did once in college. I don't know, maybe nobody's ever heard of this, I don't know. In Michigan, everybody knows about the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's a famous shipwreck up in the Lake Superior area. And there's a song excuse me. There's a song, quite a well-known song by Gordon Lightfoot about the Edmund Fitzgerald. And I was doing, my undergraduate degree is in elementary education, and I was putting together a lesson plan about shipwrecks or the Great Lakes or something or other, and I wanted the Edmund Fitzgerald song for my lesson. And that was back in the day when you sat at the radio and you waited and you tried to push the button as fast as you could so you could record the song off the radio. And so that was why I called the radio station, was to ask them to play that song because I wanted it for my lesson plan. And the guy told me he couldn't play it because it wasn't in their playlist. I didn't realize that there were certain songs they couldn't play. I didn't know that's how it worked. Anyway, in the end, when I told him why I wanted it, he actually put it on a cassette tape for me, and I went to the radio station and picked it up, and like I keep thinking that must have been illegal, but he did it. So anyway, that was why I called into a radio station. Number 2, what was an odd task or chore you were given as a child? I couldn't remember anything that was odd. I did do chores, but normal stuff like vacuum, dust, set the table, you know. I don't remember doing anything odd. Do you remember any recurring dreams from your childhood? I'm not sure this one's from my childhood necessarily, although I think I did have it as a child. I've had it many times throughout my life, although I can't remember having it recently, which is fine by me. In the dream, I fall off my bike or I trip and fall. I do something in the dream and I fall, and at the same time as I'm falling in my dream, I roll over, which like makes me jolt awake because I feel like I'm falling. Like, really. It's weird. Like I said, I haven't had it lately, so maybe I'm over it. Can I curl my tongue? Yeah, I guess so. What is something you have struggled with throughout your whole life? Probably feeling like I'm good enough, smart enough. I've never been like, and like feeling liked. I've never been like a super popular person. I wasn't exactly a nerd in high school, but kind of. I wasn't stylish. I still am not really. And I am a little bit of a nerd, and I'm okay with that. The older I get, the more okay I am with it. Like, you don't like it, too bad. Can you parallel park? Can you drive a stick shift? Yes, I can parallel park, and I actually do it on a pretty relatively often basis. Like, I actually do it probably once a week right now because where I park at CMU is parallel as street parking, and I have to parallel park more often than not there. That being said, though, backup cameras are like the best thing ever. I know how to drive a stick shift, and I have driven a stick shift, but it has been a long time. So, I'm pretty sure if I were to get in one today, the first few miles would be kind of a rough ride until I got myself used to it again. Number 7, how well do you react when the internet is slow or your computer acts up? Well, it depends on if I'm in a rush and I'm working on a deadline, which is usually when things start going wrong, and I guess I just react, I just get impatient, like, ah! I mean, I don't start throwing things or swearing or anything. I just get frustrated. Number 8, have you ever sent a meal back at a restaurant? Not that I remember. I don't think I ever have. Number 9, it's 30 minutes until dinner time and you haven't planned anything to make. What do you do? Well, thankfully, I don't usually have to plan dinner. My husband does 99.9% of the cooking in our house, and he does most of the planning too. But if I am in a situation where I have to plan dinner, like it's just maybe myself and 1 or 2 of my children, I'll probably end up doing something like pancakes or cold cereal. I'm kind of lazy. I can cook, I just don't. I like to bake more than I like to cook. Number 10, is there a word you have always pronounced incorrectly but didn't realize it until later in life? I can't think of one that I had done for years, but when I first read the Harry Potter books, I thought her name was Hermione, and then somebody told me it was Hermione. What is your social media pet peeve? Well, Christine pointed out 2, and I agree with both of hers. She pointed out vague booking and people who post things that seem to be out to pick a fight. And I agree with both of those. Those are pet peeves of mine. But probably my biggest social media pet peeve is people who share or pass along things without verifying that they are true. This is the information professional coming out in me. I cannot stand that. I'm talking about things like, let's all boycott Pepsi because they're taking In God We Trust off their cans. Or if you're at the ATM and you get held up, put your PIN number in backwards. Or dial 855 instead of 911 if you want to find out if that's really a police officer behind you. None of them are true. And a quick, simple search on Snopes or even just a Google search will tell you that it's an urban legend and it's a hoax and there's nothing true about it. And so it drives me nuts when people keep resharing and sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing this. I mean, and some of these things are years old and somebody sees it and like they haven't seen it before, so they think they're onto something and they share it, and that drives me absolutely bonkers. And I have probably irritated more than one person in my life because I am that person who will comment and say, FYI, this is a hoax. Here's the article on Snopes.com that tells you all about why it's not true. But I just can't stand it. So anyway, there it is, the Christine tag. Talk to y'all later.